Fuck. Hi kids, it's me, DenDenBMX. I know I haven't personally talked to you guys in a while, but approximately 3 months ago, I became the rightful owner of a pair of Jordan 1 mids, right after Nike pretty much just said F you to BMX. But that's beside the fact. I had already committed to it. The reason I got these shoes was because I wanted to review them. I wanted to see how a pair of Jordans would hold up to BMX, because I'd see a few guys riding them, but not everybody. And I wanted to find out for myself. And also, I just really wanted a pair of Jordans. I know all 4 of you have been eagerly awaiting the second part of this review to see what I have to say. And what do I have to say? They got dirty. That's about it. Before we get into the follow-up review, let me show you what I put these things through these past couple of months.
Ready. Holy Jesus.
That is the torture they have gone through. No, I don't have athlete's foot. No, I don't have any kind of weird acidic feet that melt shoes. Yes, I am rather overweight, so they have to hold up me all day, but I wanted to see how they held up to riding. And so far, damn, they held up pretty nice. I really mean it when I say they just got dirty. There's not a rip. The sole is still in pretty good condition, despite using it as my own personal brake pad, but it's still there. No holes, no cuts, no tears, no rips. They're just dirty. Now, in that first video, I went to go ride in them for a little while, and I was like, hey, not gonna lie, I don't really like these. But I have come to the conclusion that I'm kind of like that with all shoes when the first time I go ride with them. I really don't like riding in a pair of brand new shoes. It just, I don't know, they're like either too sticky or I'm just not used to the way they feel. But then after that, the second and third time I go ride, and like every single time after that, I'm okay with them. And that's the case with these. That first time I put them on, they felt a little weird. They were a little bit bigger and bulkier than most shoes I would normally ride. But after that, they were fine. I liked them. I'm going to tell you guys the biggest con that I've experienced with this shoe. And I need to disclose that it is not entirely the shoe's fault. My bike has 4 pegs. And I kind of have a big size foot. I wear size 11. And my crank arm length isn't on the longer side, it's kind of in the middle, but a lot of guys who run 4 pegs, they would like to run really short crank arms. That way their foot is out of the way of their back peg. Because what can happen is if you have a longer crank arm, or you have bigger feet, or you have a big bulky shoe and you have 4 pegs, what can happen is when you're doing a trick, say like a manual, and you need to bail out of it, what can happen is your foot could get stuck, like your back peg peg could catch your foot. And let's say you're looping out of a manual. If your back foot gets caught, then you can't catch yourself and you just fly straight to your back. And you have a really good chance of hitting your, like whipping your head back and hitting it. It's a pretty dangerous way to fall. And it's gonna hurt and it's gonna catch you by surprise and you're probably gonna hit your head. Now, with these shoes and the fact that I wear size 11 and that these are bigger and bulkier than shoes that I would normally wear, I did run the risk of having my foot catch on that back peg. And it did happen a couple times. Now, I was still able to get out of it, luckily. What happened one time was I was doing a grind and I landed really back wheel heavy and I looped out, but I was still kind of able to catch myself with my right foot. Like my left foot caught on the back peg, but I was still able to catch myself. And that actually happened the first night I rode these. And then there was another night where I was doing a manual and I looped out and my back foot caught, but my shoe just fell off. I don't know if you guys have ever caught your back foot if you run 4 pegs, but it's really fucking scary. I cannot stress how much it sucks to catch your back foot and to fall straight onto your back and possibly hit your head. It blows. And so that was the biggest con I found for this shoe is that I did run the risk of my foot touching, and I kind of almost had to like change the way I ride. Like I almost had to change my riding posture. It made doing manuals a lot harder because I had to figure it out. I had to figure out how to balance using a higher balance point. Like I couldn't put my foot really close to the ground. I had to kind of keep it up above my peg. Now it's kind of, I've gotten used to it. It affected my riding at first, but after a while I did figure out how to get used to it, and now I am used to it. I still do run the risk of having my back foot caught, but I'm very conscious of it, and I really try to do everything I can to not have that happen. But that's the biggest con. Another big con is that they're pretty damn expensive compared to most other shoes that a BMXer would use. Vans. Also, I should probably add this as a con, but I can't confirm nor deny that it's a con. Right off the bat, I noticed that the insole that came with these shoes was pretty flimsy, and like I could tell that within like a few days it would just be flat and there'd be nothing to protect my heels. So I replaced it with a pair of FP insoles, and these have done great. These are awesome. I love these things. They really save you from getting a pretty gnarly heel bruise. Other than that, let's talk about some things that I really liked about these shoes. I'm exceptionally lazy. I really don't like having to tie my shoes on and off every single time I go to put them on and take them off. I like to just slide them on. And with these mids, they're low enough to where I can just slip my foot on, but tall enough to where they still protect my ankle and this part of my foot from getting attacked by my bike. I really like the durability of these. They're holding up fantastically for 3 months. They're just getting a little worn on the bottom, which is normal, especially if you're a brakeless BMX rider. Really, they just got dirty, which like is gonna happen with shoes, no matter if you're a BMXer or skater or you don't do anything. Now, the reason I thought I would be a good candidate to review a BMX shoe is because one of my favorite kinds of tricks really requires a durable shoe, and like it can really, this kind of trick wears and tears on shoes a lot, and they're called foot jams and foot jam whips. And that is where I literally shove my foot into the tire and the fork to pivot myself up, and I can either have the frame rotate around or I can just balance right there. That kind of trick can really wear and tear on your foot, on your shoe, because you're just shoving your foot right into the wheel. And if the shoe isn't made for like action sports, you'll probably destroy your shoes like within a few days. I was really concerned about this because like with Vans shoes, the foxing goes up over your toe. These ones don't, so I was kind of concerned that it would hurt my foot more doing foot jam whips and stuff like that, and that this would possibly rip. But it hasn't so far. I'm gonna be real with you. It's indented where I do foot jam whips, but it's not ripping. It's good for now. It's good in my book. It's held up for 3 months. I wanted this to be a longer video, but I don't really have much more to say. They got dirty. That's about it. Now, this is more like directly to BMXers. Vans has released a shoe that is made for BMX. Like 100% made for BMX. It's made to hold up to BMX. The sole is made specifically for BMX. It's like the first ever BMX specific made shoe sold to the public. People have been asking me if I should get those or a set of Jordans. Don't get me wrong, this is an amazing shoe, but it is not made for BMX. It holds up to BMX very well so far, but it's not made for BMX, and it is made by a company that no longer supports BMX. And this is kind of an expensive shoe. So those are the 3 things to keep in mind. Now, for the Vans shoes that are specifically made for BMX, then that really just fucking happened. God damn it. Oh, what a meme. As I was saying, the Vans are made for BMX. They're made to hold up for BMX. They're made by a company that supports BMX and is fully invested in BMX. And they are going to be cheaper than these. So if you want my honest, real opinion, unless you're horny for Jordans, I would say go for the Vans BMX shoes. Those are going to be my next pair of shoes after these. I'm probably going to ride these for a little bit longer and then get some of the Vans BMX shoes. If I do ride these for a lot longer, I will do another follow-up review, like maybe a 6 months later one or something like that. But for now, you got the 3-month review, and the review is that these hold up pretty damn well. If you don't like getting your Jordans dirty, you're probably going to cry a little bit, and you're probably going to have to clean them a lot more, but there's no ripping or tearing to be seen here. The sole has held up. It grips really well. It works as a good brake pad. So 3 months down the line, the Jordans have held up fantastically. Besides that one little con, that it's kind of a bigger shoe, and if you run 4 pegs, you kind of run that risk of, you know, dying. But other than that, they've held up pretty awesome. I don't really have much more to say. They've held up, and I like them. So that is going to conclude the 3-month review of my pair of Jordan 1 mids. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please smack that mother effing like button. Leave a comment. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Share this video around. What's the other one? Oh yeah, subscribe for more if you haven't already. Let me know if you want another review of these down the line or you want me to review another shoe. Again, just let me know in the comments. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. Now fuck off.